Hi, I'm Benita Dodd, and I'm Vice President of the Georgia Public Policy Foundation. Welcome to another in our series of Georgia Policy Briefs. You can find us at GeorgiaPolicy.org, and you can meet our team there. But today I want to introduce you to one of the most essential people on our team at the Georgia Public Policy Foundation, and that is Kennedy Atkins, and he's been with us for about a year now, in fact a year this month, and he's just been an amazing addition to the team.
Hi Benita, thank you for having me on today. Really excited about this. So my name's Kennedy Atkins, like Benita said, and I am the Development Associate at the Georgia Public Policy Foundation. So I grew up in Birmingham, Alabama. I graduated from Stanford University with a major in political science. And I worked as an intern at the Alabama Policy Institute, and that's what got me interested in this line of work, and I'm very excited to be doing it.
Well, tell us exactly what it is you do and how you do it, and why is it called development? Why isn't it called fundraising?
Great questions. So I assist Kyle Wingfield, the foundation's president and CEO, in our development efforts by assisting with outreach to donors and maintaining donor relations. So there are a few ways that I assist Kyle in development efforts. The most important ones to me are outreach, which consists of scheduling donor meetings, sending updates to our supporters via email or our quarterly Liberty letter. I also check in on donors to see if there's anything that I can do to help them with. And then second, I think it's really important for us as development professionals and any professional to express gratitude. And that's one way that I help maintain that relationship with donors. One way that the foundation does that is to send handwritten thank you notes to the donors. Just really express, how thankful we are that they are working with us to solve Georgia's problems. And help us to improve the lives of Georgians through public policies that enhance economic opportunity and freedom. And it's called development and not fundraising, because in development, you're really developing relationships with individuals, foundations, and corporations. Really anyone that wants to, join the foundation and our efforts to accomplish our mission. As a development professional, I am fundraising, but instead of focusing only on the dollar amounts, I'm focusing on maintaining and sustaining the relationships with individuals.
Okay, so what's the most surprising thing you've learned? Happy anniversary, by the way. It is this month. We've been out of the office for at least 7 weeks, and we haven't had a chance to celebrate, and you've done such a great job for us. So as soon as we get back into the office, we'll be doing that. At our favorite Thai restaurant, I'm sure. So what's the most surprising thing you've learned in the year that you've been with the foundation? What have you learned on the job that has surprised you?
The thing that surprised me most, I think, is how much of a community the foundation really is. I remember going to my first policy brief luncheon that we host, and I remember walking in, not knowing what was going on, and, people knew that I was a new guy. So they started introducing me to a ton of different people, and it really engaged me with the group and got me, into everything that we're doing, and, getting to know the donors in a really meaningful way. And another thing that really surprised me is how much planning really goes into fundraising.
Is there a personality that goes with fundraising and development, more development than fundraising? I mean, I don't like asking people for money. It's been one of my real shortcomings in this job. And I know that I have to get over it. So I'm so glad you're there to do it for me and for us at the foundation. I mean, I love my job. I love my policy work. Is there a is there a certain mindset you have when you go into this as you're asking people for their support?
For me, it's really connecting them to their philanthropic interest. So making sure that, when they are supporting us, that it's really in their interest and, the things that they care about, whether it's transportation issues, economic issues, poverty issues, just making sure that the donor really
feels like we're working on the policies that they're interested in.
Right. And so I think for me, a lot of people think that development professionals are introverted. And I do love talking to people, but I think the most important thing for a development person is to, really listen to the donor, know what drives them, what fears they have, what they really want to accomplish through their support.
So you were talking about how the first thing that you did was one of our legislative policy briefings. We've been doing those just like we're doing this call now via Zoom because of the COVID-19 pandemic. So how's that pandemic changed and influenced what you're doing as the development person for the foundation?
Yeah, so that's a good question because, when COVID-19 first started, we were, setting out our plan for the year to really figure out how to engage with individuals who support the foundation. And that plan kind of changed because we are focusing on interacting with the donors and via phone calls, emails, sending them updates on the things that the foundation is working on. And we also, drifted away from in-person events and in-person meetings to online events like the one we hosted yesterday, the Brexit event we hosted yesterday, and just making sure people are still engaged and seeing the work that we're doing.
Mm-hmm. And if you have missed a recent event of the foundations, of course, you can check out our YouTube channel, Georgia Public Policy Foundation YouTube channel, and we record all our events, and we had a fascinating Brexit event yesterday. So we're all working in a whole different environment, and it's been a struggle for a lot of people. But through all of this, what would you say to donors? We're not in the office right now. We will be soon, but we're finding a whole new normal as we do that. Oh, did I just say a whole new normal? I hate that. New normal, but we'll be spacing ourselves differently in the office. We'll be spacing our interns differently in the office, and our relationships have changed with our supporters, with our donors, with the people, everybody we interact with now. So what's the most important thing you'd say to somebody now considering supporting the foundation, telling them about what we do and our mission? Why would you tell them to continue now supporting us?
I think the most important thing that I'd say to someone who either already supports the foundation or is interested in supporting the foundation is that if they truly want to improve the lives of Georgians, then they should continue or support the foundation in our efforts to provide actionable solutions to real-life problems that Georgians face. Like, for instance, we posted near-term policy solutions to COVID-19, and our work expands past that. If you look back to 2002, the foundation first started looking at, managed lanes, and now, you see managed lanes across Georgia. So as an independent, trusted resource for voters and elected officials, we have the ability to promote reforms and policies that are demonstrated to ease pain and suffering, and their support would expand our ability to do that.
Yeah, and don't forget that one really important thing. We don't accept taxpayer dollars. We accept voluntary donations from our supporters. Right now, we have all of that, the billions and trillions of CARE Act dollars coming out of Washington, and it's against our policy to accept those kinds of government dollars. So we're relying now more than ever during these struggles that a lot of organizations are going through. Would you say you'd agree
Right.
with that, right? More than
Absolutely.
ever now is what we depend on, is those dollars from our donors. But I know a lot of people probably have more questions for you. So how can they reach you? How about giving out your contact information so they can reach you and talk a little more about our policies and our approaches, and how they can help us?
Right. Absolutely. And I'd be happy to talk to anyone about this. And so the best way to reach me is via email. My email is kennedy@georgiapolicy.org. Or if you'd like to have a phone call, you can reach me at 404-256-4050. And then just dial for me, and happy to talk.
Thanks so much, Kennedy. And I hope that we'll actually see each other in the office really soon, as opposed to Zoom and Google Hangouts and Microsoft Team and every single webinar that everybody signed us up for.
Right,
Talk about COVID fatigue. I guess we're getting a little Zoom fatigue too.
definitely.
But we'll see you soon in person, and I hope that we get to see more of our donors and supporters in person soon. Who knows how long it's going to take, but we're here for you, and we're here for Georgia, and Kennedy's here to acquaint you with how you can help us make Georgia a better place. Because you know what? We deserve better, you deserve better, and Georgia deserves better. So thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, Benita.
Thanks so much, Kennedy.